interesting story being told by some in the right wing, and I also have an example of a Democrat going with this. But first, on Fox News, and we went over a Newsmax host previously, I think just on the full show, not in the clips, in case you want to go look for it. It's not on the YouTube channel, but this conspiracy that's being floated now on Fox News, or at least alluded to, that what's going on with Joe Biden is not that he possibly, or that he mishandled classified documents, left them at a particular location that isn't appropriate, or his aides brought them there and that's being investigated and we'll see where it goes. But that's not an okay story for some of them. Instead, it has to be, ooh, what if this is Obama coordinating this to take down Biden? Or what if this is the Democratic Party trying to get Biden out because they don't want him to run for re-election? Or all these different things. I have a couple examples of that sort of narrative being alluded to, where they're going with the maybe the evidence was planted type narrative. They don't say those words explicitly, but type narrative, even with Biden, for some reason. Okay, first example is Jesse Watters. The first bit of this clip will be him, just so you can compare, saying the Trump documents were planted, and then you'll see him alluding to that with the Biden documents, or at least some conspiracy going on with the Biden documents, if not necessarily planting.
What the FBI is probably doing is planting evidence.
So this is about Trump.
Which is what they did during the Russia hoax. We also have a hunch they doctored evidence to get the warrant. Is this Team Obama trying to set Joe up so that he bows out and Newsom moves in? Nah, right? She just found the documents at the Penn Biden Center? Now, that makes sense.
Yeah, what is so unbelievable about that? And listen, crazy things happen in the world, but before you make those claims or even ask questions about the claims that are obviously just hidden statements you're trying to make, you should have some evidence. If you've seen some indicators that maybe this is Obama trying to take Biden down for some reason, then present that evidence and make the claim. Right? If you've ever been in school and they teach you how to structure an essay, yes, you make a claim, you have a thesis, you make a point at the beginning of a paragraph, but you got to follow it with some supporting evidence. And that's what we don't see so often on Fox News, especially with these types of conspiracy theories. And next moment, this time Tucker Carlson, and the way that he delivers this is entertaining.
So, I mean, whether or not you think this is an organized effort from within the Democratic Party to prevent Biden from running again, I think it's really clear that it is. I'm still confused as to why we don't know the details.
That's always the thing they go with. Don't exactly say which details you're looking for, but just say there's still a lot of outstanding questions and they're not answering all of our questions, and we really do have a lot of questions. Well, ask the question. What's the question that you want them to answer? And that kind of leaves it open-ended and makes some sort of wrongdoing behind the scenes seem likely because they're not giving us the details. It seems like obviously an investigation is going to be somewhat private, but we know a good bit of details about both the Trump document situation and the Biden document situation, and I don't see any evidence of a coordinated effort to take down Biden. And I do love how he there teed that up. Like, and listen, whether or not you think that this conspiracy is going on, I happen to think it, as if everyone's talking about that. Whether or not you think this is going on, I happen to, and it's very reasonable, you probably do, to kind of play it off like not a very absurd thing to say. Because again, to make a claim or allude to a claim that this is not just Biden and his team's negligence or mishandling in some form or another of this sensitive material. Instead, it's a conspiracy by the Democratic Party to take down Biden. But you'll note it's never maybe a conspiracy by the Republican Party, because they're perfect. They would never do that. It's somehow still the liberals doing the scheming behind the scenes. Now, to be fair and honest, it's not just as unfortunate as this is, Fox News making these claims. A Democratic representative also kind of alluded, or actually more outright said it, Hank Johnson, when he was asked about the Biden situation, and I do not like this at all.
My response to it all is that alleged classified documents showing up allegedly in the possession of Joseph Biden. I mean, there's so much that needs to be investigated, and that's what I
It should, absolutely true statement there so far. It should be investigated.
call for, is for everything to be investigated. But I'm suspicious of the timing of it. I'm also aware of the fact that things can be planted on people. Places and things can be planted. Or things can be planted in places and then discovered conveniently.
Okay, so we'll finish the clip actually.
That may be what has occurred here. I'm not ruling that out, but I'm open in terms of the investigation.
So he's doing what I make fun of Tucker Carlson for doing a lot, and I responded to the Jesse Watters clip in a similar way. Kind of I'm not saying anything necessarily happened, but things are planted a lot. I'm just saying. And it's like, yes, true, things are planted. Evidence is planted in certain situations. That's definitely occurred, will continue to occur. But the way that you're saying that as an important public figure on this matter is definitely you trying to, for lack of a better word, plant that idea in your viewers' minds, right? In the audience of this news network's mind, is to say, maybe this is actually something conspiratorial to take down Biden, just like what we heard on Fox News. I don't like that. Usually Democrats are a lot better, as you guys know, at not getting into that conspiratorial thinking. This is a situation where, at least with Hank Johnson, he did definitely get into that territory. And again, it's not to say wild things don't happen in the world. I was talking with someone recently, and they said sometimes you talk like nothing ever shocking, nothing ever sort of conspiratorial ever happens. That's not what I mean. I mean, to start making claims or alluding to claims about something that important and that conspiratorial, you have to have evidence to that effect, and then broadcast that message out to everybody.